Hey team, welcome. We are going to go through a really nice calming way on basically just how to and incorporate some stretches. Sometimes it's quite hard to be really still and not have any movement. So we're just going to incorporate a wee bit of movement into the session. So what I want you to do is just follow along with me. We're going to start lying on our backs. So we're just going to start with some deep belly breath. And I want you to start with your hands around your rib cage. So we want our thumbs around the back and then fingers wrapping around the front. And we're just going to start taking some deep breaths here. Each time you inhale, I want you to try and expand through your rib cage a little bit deeper, a little bit wider. So really trying to press out into your hands through the front of your ribs, through the sides and through the back. So all directions, not just one. And as you exhale, let those ribs collapse in. Maybe give it a little bit of squeeze to your core. Then inhale, really expand the rib cage, relax the abs, pelvis roll away from you. And as we exhale, a little slight squeeze, pull the abs in, rib cage down, pelvis rolls back, press the lower back into the floor. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths here. So this breathing you can just do on its own. Awesome, last one. But we're going to move on. So we're going to roll over. I want you to be on your knees. So we're going to go toes together, knees out nice and wide, and just sit your hips back. Then we're going to reach the hands out in front of you, drop the chest down towards the ground. So I've got a child's pose, and we're going to take those same 5 deep breaths here. But this time I want you to really focus on breathing into your like mid and upper back. So deep breath in, fill up your back with air. And then as you exhale, drop the chest to the ground, sink into the stretch. Breathe in. So take 5 deep breaths here. Feel where your hips are tight. Try and breathe into that space as well. Send all the oxygen there. And then let it go. Try and get deeper into that stretch. Nice. Once you've done your 5, we're going to take the right hand underneath the left armpit and stretch through. So keep sinking the hips back. Keep the left arm straight and the right arm's tucked under. So we're trying to turn our left kind of pec and our chest open to the left-hand side. Same thing here. 5 deep breaths. This time trying to expand the ribs, so through the chest. This might feel quite tight. I get quite tight through here, so just trying to relax into it. Don't force it. As you exhale, you might be able to reach a little bit further and deeper to that stretch. Once you've done 5, we're just going to go onto the other side. So unravel, left arm goes through. Now right chest is opening out to the right-hand side. Really twisting through that mid upper back, the thoracic spine. Focus on the breath. Once you've done your 5th breath there, we're going to come up into a kneeling position. And I want you to start. Keep your left knee down. We're going to take the right foot forwards. And I want you to scoop. So if we push the stomach forwards, we can roll the pelvis. And I want you to reverse that. So tuck your pelvis under. Should feel a bit of stretch to the front of your hip. And then we're just going to push forward. So keeping this whole part of our body all in line, we're just going to push forwards. Now breathe into the front of that hip. 5 breaths here. And I know if you tip forwards, you probably feel a lot more flexible, but we're trying to get into our shorter hip flexors, which are the ones that if you can roll the pelvis, we should get into them there. You might also feel it down the front of your quad. Beautiful. Okay, once you've done your 5, you can switch over. You don't need to keep up with me, but I'll try and stay just ahead to make sure that we all know what we're doing. So left foot forwards, tuck the pelvis under, and then just shift forwards. Shouldn't take much to get quite a deep, hectic stretch. Back to the breath. So deep inhale. And then as you exhale, push into it, lean into it a little bit more. So you find it's quite cool when you're more relaxed and you can be calm and down regulate your nervous system. Your muscles can actually release and relax a little bit more. But the more tension that we hold, the tighter your muscles will also get. So it's all about, we want to do our stretches, but we have to get the body in that really calm state to be able to get the most out of them as well. Nice. Once you've done 5, we're going to flip over onto our bums. On your feet out straight, we're going to start up sitting up nice and tall. If this feels like too much, just bend the knees up. You can put a pillow underneath your knees if that's comfortable. But if you can, have them straight. Sit up tall. We're going to reach towards first and then just get your bum back a little bit. So we're right up on the tail, but on our little sit bones. And then we're just going to reach forward. And I just want you to reach forwards first and then round and relax. So now, again, we're going to be breathing into our upper back. And as you exhale, reach those hands slightly further down your legs. The chin, make sure we're looking down, relaxing. So really rounding and just relaxing, stretching out through the back of the spine. Lovely. Once you've done your 5, we're just going to lie back onto our backs. Start from the top again. And this time I want you to put your hands on your lower stomach. And what I want you to try and do is as you relax, we're going to relax all of those core muscles in our pelvic floor. As you inhale, as you inhale, I want you to relax your core, expand your stomach. And then as you exhale, we're going to pull our belly buttons in, squeeze through the pelvic floor. So as though you're trying to hold in a wee. And then as you inhale, we're going to relax. So it's like a flower. So as we inhale, we open the flower. As you exhale, we close the flower. Inhale, exhale. Just gentle. But if you've ever had issues with peeing when you're jumping at the gym or you've got an overactive or underactive pelvic floor, just kind of relax it and tense it to try and get a bit more control is a really great way. So again, this is another breathing technique that you could just put a timer on and do these kind of breathing. We shall keep moving. We're going to flip over onto our knees again, going back into that child's pose, except this time, instead of going straight forwards, I want you to shift your hands across to the left and drop the chest. So now we want to be breathing into the right-hand side of the rib cage. Should feel a nice stretch along there. Big breath in, stretch, open up those ribs. Breathe out. Beautiful. Tiptoe the hands across to the other side. So right side, breathing into the left rib cage. Beautiful. Coming back into that hip flexor stretch. Whichever side you want to start on. Start with my left. Pelvis. So you're kind of pulling the belly button in and tucking the bum under and then shifting forward slightly. If you want a little bit more, you can pull it, get your foot up behind you. Still keep the pelvis tight. Oh, that's tight. And do the same thing. Side when you're ready. You feel one side is whoa, way tighter than the other. That is totally normal. What next? Oh, hamstrings. So back on your bum. This time, I just want you to edge when you're leaning forwards. I want you to just really drop the shoulders down so palms can face the sky. We're still rounding, we still sit the hip, sit the bum cheeks back. But I just want you to try and relax your shoulders down and see if you can feel a bit of a stretch and a bit of relaxation through your traps. Just let them sink towards the ground. So we're really trying to curl forwards. Breathe into that space through the upper back and then breathe it all out. Try and relax the quads here as well. Don't need any tension. Lovely. And then we'll just finish with 5 more deep belly breaths. So back on our backs. Just long exhales. Bring the oxygen all the way into the belly, expand the ribs, and let it go. And when you've done your last one, we can start wriggling the toes, roll the hands, roll the feet. Roll yourself over to one side, come to a seated position. And if you would like, if you've got time, you can absolutely do that all over again. You can use that technique for any stretches. I just really enjoy focusing on the breath because I find when I'm like, okay, I'm going to do some stretching and you're just like stretching, your brain goes everywhere. But if you can bring yourself and center yourself and focus on that breath, it definitely makes it a lot easier. It's like, okay, I've got to do 5 long, deep breaths and you can focus on that. Oh, that one, hopefully you can hear me. Um, yeah, enjoy. Let me know how you go in the comments, and I will see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.